Hello there and welcome back to Monteriggioni. You join us in September. We have finished the spinach harvest and we have sold another load in between episodes, but we do have one final load to sell which has 30,000 litres in. So the first task of today is driving across the field and selling it into the pasta factory. I've also done a little bit of investigating in terms of what that plot of land across the road is. Unfortunately, it's not what I thought it was. So I will show you what we need and what we need to get to be able to get our wine from normal wine to premium wine. So we'll just take a quick stop off here and sell this. So again, expecting a few thousand pennies. And all this will be going back into the farm and extending our grape fields. So that's another 13,900. So what I was looking at between the episodes was this plot of land, which we visited and we had a look at. I thought it might be a building project, essentially. But if we buy it, now we have the money, it is not. So there is no points to be able to add in any constructibles, or there's no menus to say where anything needs to drop. It is just essentially not even a flat plot of land, which I'm a little bit sad about, because I thought, oh, do you know what, that'll be really cool to have a construction project going along. So we'll sell this piece of land. But what I did find out between the episodes is in construction and in factories, and it's way down. It's not that, that's a water distributor mod. Interesting. Just got to find the section. So it's not the map supplementary package. It is under the grape section. Oh, well, there you go, grape production side of things. So we've got the oil mill there, which is 80,000, and they've got the grape processing large, which is what we currently have, and we've got a more modern version there. We have a tailor shop, which is part of the productions points pack, which I think is messing up one of my other plays, I think the live side, where we can't make milk. So there is this one, which is a fertilizer pack, which might be quite interested. That puts in the grape seed and produces manure and fertilizer. And then you've got the cooperative bottling plant, which looks far like a dairy, but this is where we can turn the wine into basically fine red wine and white wine. And then we also have a cooperative billing plant that looks like that as well. So yeah, there's stuff which we can aim for. So that's a £200,000 which we need to get to. Yes, we have 148,000 at the moment, but I think we need to generate some more money from our grapes via basically having more vines. So I don't know why I'm reversing the trailer, because it's going to be returned shortly. Just wanted to demonstrate that I could do it, and my driving might be getting better. So there are a few things which we need to return from last time. There is the tractor, which we're going to keep, but the Bailey trailer will need to be returned. So that's a saving of 1,600 already there. What we need to do as well now is drilling. We need to drill in some oilseed radish as part of the winter crop scheme. So we currently have this Massey Ferguson there, which is 170 brake horsepower. We need to get a seed drill, which I always lose them. It's here. So this one's currently in the sale. That's not a direct drill. This requires 240 brake horsepower. We have the sky ones here, but that is 4 meters and 3 meters, so that might be quite painful. And we have this one, which is 200 brake horsepower. Do these do? Yes, these do oilseed radish. And they're quite quick, so that requires 150 brake horsepower. I haven't used the Redo that much. I think this is a really good opportunity. So 1,000 litres of seed, 9 miles an hour, 5.7 metres. One thing which I haven't checked, it doesn't cultivate. So we'd have to get a cultivator as well. These do cultivate as well. So I think we'll go for this one with the flat roller. And we will also lease a cultivator. And again, we just need to be mindful of 170 brake horsepower, so that's 250. What's that one do? That is a cultivator, 5 meters, that's 4 meters, that's 10 miles an hour, that's 9 miles an hour, so it makes pretty good sense to get this one. And we might need to get a front weight, but we're going to get over to the shop and pick up the cultivator to start that work. So at the field, this is meant to be lowering and dropping down. We're going to go on to a time lapse of cultivating, and hopefully this won't take too long. It should be pretty quick, but it is certainly doing the job. So we'll get this done. So we've gone into the cultivating, we've done the headlands. We're going to set up a worker just doing the ups and downs. What we're going to do whilst Dave is playing in the field is we're going to hire another tractor, just because it's going to help the speed of everything. We obviously need something that's around 200 brake horsepower. I haven't used the class yet. These are 180, 180, 180. I think we're going to have a return of the white. Haven't used it yet in this series. That is quite expensive for when you jump it up quite high. So yeah, we're going to go for the 225 brake horsepower one and lease that for £4,200. So we are spending money, but hopefully what we'll get is we'll accumulate some money from doing this. Again, I've not used any of the Redo equipment. If you watch the Deutschland series, I've used the Sky equipment so far. I've not used any of this stuff. So we're going to want to add some seed. Fortunately enough, because we're messy, we have left some seed at the shop. We want to... Humulus avector. I think that is a cover crop, and if so, that would be quite cool because I've not used it so far. So yes, we can plant it now, and we can also do some vet rye potentially. Yeah, I think we'll do some Humulus avector. or humus, not humulus, humulus. Something a bit different. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it does fold up. We also have the front weight automatic ready on this tractor for this exact purpose, so it's a really good all-rounder. So many farmers have not harvested their crops, which is not good. They could have just given it to us, we could have done it. So we've got the drill in place. Again, I'm hoping this will be relatively quick due to the speed of what it is. We are on, I believe. So yes, there we go. It is drilling some humus vector, so a nice cover crop. Not something which we can harvest, but yeah, it's looking good. Also, it did say something about a roller. Yeah, so it rolls it too. That is cool. Hello, seagulls. Yeah, so that is... it's not giving off the same texture, but it's saying we don't have to roll it, so that is quite nice. Massey is, or Dave over there, is having a great time cultivating. We're going to get into some more drilling of our cover crop, and hopefully this will be a very speedy process. And with two of us work in the field, even though it's quite small equipment, we should be able to get this done relatively quickly.
Monday morning's early shift. Woke up like it's time again. Gotta punch the clock, put in the work. Bags under my eyes, yeah, my body hurts. I can't complain. Nah, it ain't no big deal. Ain't no white collars here, 'cause I got blue collar bills. These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands.
Man, my boys work hard, but not quite as hard as me. I bust my ass for them, and my old man taught me that nothing good in life comes free.
These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back.
This drilling is progressing. The cultivating is also progressing. So we have just managed, we've done the headlands, we've done a fair few ups and downs, and it's going. We need to get to a point where we've got some bigger machinery, bigger tractors, just to be able to get this work done at a lot quicker pace. What we have here is an extremely large field. If we were operating with the grass field just across the road, absolutely no dramas, quite easily. But with this, it's obviously taking its time with any field work which we do. Bad thing, well, one bad thing, it takes a lot of time. Two, it's difficult to kind of get a lot more work in during a single episode. So we've got two tractors going on this now, rather than doing one time with the cultivating and then do exactly the same ups and downs work with a drill. So yeah, obviously the other argument is you could have got a direct drill. Yes, I know, but I do like to try and use some different machinery. This Vredo drill or overseeder, it's quite nice. Absolutely no complaints. It does the drilling. It's making it kind of a nice texture on the ground. And same comment with as with the Sky machinery in the Deutschland series. Is it game altering? Am I going to rush out and make sure I got the Vredo kit next time I have to do some overseeding or some drilling? Probably not. I will probably just look at what's already in the game and what mods are available for drilling. So not game changing. What is game changing though, and if you have already seen it, the updated South American map, which is going to be coming in probably Q4 this year, with beans and alpacas. That is really cool. Am I really excited to play on the new South American map? Absolutely. So yeah, that's cool. And genuinely excited to be able to play on it and also put some commentary to it as well. So I'm pretty sure that every single person who is on YouTube who is doing anything will abandon whatever they're doing and go straight to that map and produce a series. So I'm sure there'll be an awful lot of quality content. I'll also be attempting to do some too. So we're going to carry on with the drilling in the white. The Massey is going to continue to do the cultivating. And yeah, just excited to get this done and move on. As we got a long up and down actually, let's have a look and see how we are getting on with the production. So we've got 16,000 grapes left. That is activated. I thought I'd just double check. Max value seeds is table grape. We've currently got 5,000 of table grape, and then raisins will be October, so it'll be next month. And we've got 1,700 litres of that. Anyway, so what we're going to do is continue to drill. Massey's going to continue to cultivate, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got this done in the next time lapse.
Rode the lightning, should've slowed down, took my time. I've had my share of fast exits, tried the right side of them fences. Wouldn't trade what I got for what I'm missing. I've done too many things, been too many places, done too many lines, kissed too many faces. I've loved too many devils to ever change like that. I've been too wild to turn back. I lost some friends, buried some. I can count them on one hand, but I'll be seeing them again. I've done too many things, been too many places, done too many lines, kissed too many faces. I've loved too many devils to ever change.
Luckily for Dave, he's managed to complete his job. Lucky Dave. Little does Dave know we're gonna give him this job. So he hasn't actually completed his job. So we're going to go to a worker, we're going to turn off the headlands, and he can go back into this tractor. We're going to get into the Massey, and we're going to return both. Do we want to return both, or do we want to keep the tractor? We don't want to crash the tractor. Yeah, we're going to return the cultivator, because we're not going to need that again, but we're going to keep the tractor in place. So there's the Vredo, there's the cultivator. Happy days. We're going to keep the Massey. Yes, it's going to cost us another 3,000, but we're going to have some raisins or things to sell. We also got rid of some mulcher. We also got rid of our trailer last time around. We do have this one for 418. That also has a tendency to flip, so not really fancying using it. We have this farm tech trailer, which is pretty good discount. So I think this would be a good one to buy. So it's only £8,000, so we are going to pick up that from the shop, which is good. The worker, Dave, is having a great job. He's just coming back down now. Just have this section then to complete. We're going to go pick up our new trailer and take it to the farm, as this guy is better at driving than me, because I've just driven into a sign. That was good. So yeah, pick up our new trailer and take it back to the farm, and hopefully in the meantime, he's also just pulled out onto that SUV as well. Someone's in a rush. We're going to get, yes, so get trailer, get to farm, and hopefully the cultivating's been finished. So Dave was basically doing what my wife does with the washing up. She was going over he was going over all my misbits and making sure it was clean. So rather than leaving it up to Dave, I've just taken the work upon myself, and we are just coming to the last pass. And again, these fields are huge. Oh, this field is huge. These machines and this tractor are not huge. But what we did do, in terms of a little bit of value add, is we tidied up all the seed that was at the shop and the lime that was at the shop, and we've put it basically into a pile, which we're now going to mess up by decanting the seeds from the drill. The other thing I was thinking about was the olives. And potentially doing the olives. Normally it's very similar to grapes, and that we might keep this just in case we need it. You would normally basically run the harvester through the grapes, through the olives, and pick it up. This is only £43,000. The olives to sell would be peak price £1,200. Currently they're £1,000 a litre. Why not? Let's do something completely different. So we're going to buy that land for £63,000. I'm not sure if we need to buy the field data. It's only £175, so that's fine. And then we have to look at what machinery we would need. So if we go to the olives category, olive harvester, we have this possible one. No. So let's go see olive. So we have the olive picker, and we have the hydraulic barrel. So I have no idea how this works. 6,700. So we're going to buy that, and the hydraulic oil barrel is 2,300. So let's get into Massey. Where's Massey? There it is. So detach. Turn this off. Let's go back to Massey. There it is. We're going to try and do something completely new that I've personally never tried. I'm assuming you run up to the tree and then you harvest it. I think they're ready. So look, nope, they're growing. When are they ready? So olives next month, and only available for 1 month. So we are going to return once I find the right menu, we are going to return the white, which is here, and we're going to sleep, and yeah, we're going to try and do this. Again, reiterate, I have no idea how this is going to work, if it's going to work. Sometimes the mods on maps, or the harvesting on maps, can be problematic, but I'm interested to try. At worst, we've lost £9,000. At best, we make a bit of cash. If we get 10,000 litres, then that's our money back. So that is the humus activator. Nope, that's the grapes, which is here. So that is planted in. Nitrogen's perfect. All good. There's the massey. This now is ready to harvest. So let's get to the shop. Let's get the equipment and let's see if this works. So, very short drive. Here we're at the shop. This is our olive harvester. So we're going to drive up here. I'm assuming we pick it up. Unless it goes on the back. The manual task of finding how things work. Might not be compatible with manual attach. Let's turn it off and try. So, tried with manual attach and it failed. However, what I think I need is a front loader. So we've just wasted another £3,000 on keeping the Massey Ferguson because it's not going to work. So we need to get a front loader tractor, a tractor with a front loader. Can our Fendt have a front loader? No, it cannot. What I'm thinking of is John Deere. Lots of other Fendts in there. Can this have a front loader? Yes, it can. So that's an extra 1,500. So we're gonna lease for another £2,000. We need a quickie. Haha. I think this will do fine. Again, we're gonna lease for £382. So this is a small frame, I think this is called. It's called, oh, I thought it was called Oliver, but no, it's called Silver. So that's attached. Nice, stage 1. Stage 2. Can we attach to this? Yes. Hydraulic liquid. Done. So let's drive very slowly over to our olive field. Apologies for my confusing sounding voice. This is usually I've tried most things at least once before trying them on a stream. This is completely new to me, so let's take a quick detour across here. So unfold. Oh. Do we have to approach it from the other side? Possibly. Right. Insufficient power. Okay. Insufficient engine power. Oh, this is getting painful. lots of different things. So silver is no use to us. It's starting to become a very expensive experiment. Let's go and see if we can get something that has sufficient engine power. So that Fiat 160. So let's Oliver. Right, so that requires 85 brake horsepower. So it wasn't that much, but we're going to go for this front loader. Is there a front loader? Nope, that's useless to us. Next one is, well, that's 192, it's a bit expensive. Can this have a front loader? Front loader, attach a quickie. Right, let's lease that. That's another £3,200, so we've lost a lot of money so far. So let's leave this over here. Turn it off. Let's get into the Fiat and meet you over the field. Right, we're back. We've gone to here. Turn on harvester. And what do we do? Okay. Right, I'm going to play with this until I figure out what it is. This is possibly one of the most bizarre experiences I've had. Basically, what I seem to be doing is approaching it from this side. It then wiggles a little bit on the tree and gives me some olives. My worry, I've harvested a couple of trees and I've got 238 litres. So it's not really justifying any investment whatsoever at the moment. I wouldn't recommend this, so I have done it a couple of trees. That one's still ready to harvest. So let's go back. The tree wiggles essentially. And then there you go. And then it changes colour and you get a very small amount of olives. So I wouldn't recommend this. There we go. So we're gonna wiggle some trees and finish off this harvest. We're using a tiny amount of hydraulic fluid, but not allowed one is turned on, so if we turn it off, there we go. Right, yeah, we're going to continue wiggling trees. I've taken the executive decision that this isn't going well, and we've lost a few pounds, but I'm going to sell the field. Yes, we've managed to do 2 bits. I'm going to recoup some of our losses by this small harvest. I'm going to have a quiet word with myself and not trying something new. So where do the olives have to go to? Olives can go to the farmer's market, so it's only across the road, which is quite good. Yeah, that's disappointing. But we do have some stuff to sell, so we're going to get rid of the field. I'm going to return the various tractors. I might keep the small frame for what we need to do next. Well, no, I can keep the Massey for what we need to do next, actually. Yes, we're in a tractor. We can yeet across there. Oh. We can dump the olives directly into here. It's going to be, unless this is £10,000, which I don't think it will be. No, 378. Yeah, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. We did really well there. Right, leasing, keeping the Massey, get rid of the Fiat, get rid of the small frame, get rid of the Quickie. The olive picker, we're also going to sell. Want to keep that. So back up to 64,000. It's not going to be the end of the world, but it certainly does not help. So that's 43. So we've lost about £40,000. Let's fill that back up. There's our harvester. There's the other harvester. There's the Massey. What we need to do is get to the shop, get to our farm, and pick up whatever raisins we've managed to get. So, yes, we're going to drive back to the farm, get the trailer, pick up some raisins, and look where we can sell them. We are here. What we do have to do is all the material has been processed, so we are going to have to turn off both of these. So I'm going to turn raisins into selling and turn that off, and turn that one off as well, because otherwise we'll just incur charges for what we are trying to do. So what are we doing? We are doing raisins, which is October, and that is nice and simply at the farmer's market. So we get to recoup some of our losses, put it that way. So we're going to quickly drive down to the farmer's market and look to sell the raisins, and just try and recoup some of that money as well. So also one final thing which we'll do today as well is just have a quick check on the pigs and see how they're progressing. The next time you'll probably we'll join each other will be in March, when we can look to plant some or add some more grapes to our farm as well, just to massively trying to improve our production rate. We've got through what we've had in a month, so all our supply of grapes has been processed within a very short space of time. So that says to me we are not producing anywhere near as much grapes as we should. So anyway, farmer's market, we have sold £37,000 worth. Nice. Right, one last check before we run away. Let's get over to the piggies and see how they're progressing. So we are at the pigsty. Let's have a look. We've got 62 pigs. They seem to be very happily running around in our field. And in terms of value, where are we at? So let's have a quick check in here. These are the ones for sale. Ooh, he's a good boar. 90. We have some black pipe, but we got Berkshire. Berkshire ones aren't very good. And in our sty we've got quite a few already, but again they're not at massive value. We're fine for food with 18,000. Our babies are only 4 months old as they start to get, so This one here, 821 pounds. So these have all been castrated from this perspective. So they're not going to be producing babies. We're going to use the boar here to be able to do that. Just try and make sure we've got the best quality ones in here. We do have a couple of adults, quite a lot of adult ones, and again we're going to be using this boar for the impregnating, and the rest of them can be sold, or these piggies can go to market. So yeah, they're doing all right. Probably got another 6 months until we can start making any money from them. They are producing quite a bit of slurry. So again, let's have a quick check on the pigsty. So slurry, yeah, they've got loads and loads of room for slurry. They've got enough straw. They're producing the manure. So yes, of one thing that's going well is the pigs. So yeah, in March we'll probably have a quick check on them and see how they're doing. But anyway, we're going to leave the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have enjoyed, please do remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.